Hi there, Becky here from 168 Fitness. Over the past couple of weeks I've been talking about how to lose weight and get fit before Easter, and we're now about 4 weeks away, so there's still plenty of time to get started if you want to feel better about yourself before you maybe go on holiday, or you just want to have a little bit of a goal to work towards before Easter, maybe before the chocolate indulgence starts. Whether it's weight loss, fitness, toning up, inch loss, or just generally feeling healthier and feeling better about yourself, especially with what's going on at the moment with the coronavirus. We want to be looking after ourselves. So even just making some changes to your lifestyle, doing a bit more exercise or activity, and eating a bit healthier and just looking after yourself a bit better, that's going to help in combating or increasing your immunity to that virus. So whatever it is your goal, whether it's health, fitness, well-being, whatever it is, I'm here to help. And plenty of time to get started before the Easter holidays, and then you can always work towards sort of summertime if you've got a bigger goal after that. But the main thing is you get started and you start feeling the benefits as soon as possible. So I was talking about setting goals in week 1, and I was helping you to get started last week with an action plan, and then I said this week I was going to talk about starting running. If you want to be able to maybe run 5k before Easter, maybe is a bit tight now, but you could be looking definitely before the summer holidays, looking to run 5k, or even if you want to progress beyond that, or getting quicker, increasing your performance, improving your performance, there's lots of time between now and the summer to do that. But I'm going to concentrate my advice today on complete beginners getting started with running, and hopefully eventually being able to build up to running 5k. But the main starting point is to get out there and do that first session. So obviously you've got to have some kind of fitness kit, sports bra for women, some good trainers, but you don't need to go out there and spend loads of money on them. If you've got some trainers that maybe you've already been doing some walking or some gym work or just for leisure, then start with those, because you may not even like running. That's the thing. I don't want you to go out there and buy all the kit and then actually never use it, because actually you find that running isn't for you and you never really get round to doing it. So don't go and spend loads of money. Just work with what you've got to start off with, and then you can always look to invest in better kit and trainers in future weeks, which will be important. Obviously, if you do look to increase your amount of running that you're doing, it is important to have good trainers to help you. But the main thing is to get started with that first session. So you've got your kit on, you're ready to go, and the first thing you're going to do, you're going to need a stopwatch, I would suggest. If you haven't got a stopwatch either on your watch that you already wear, or one that you can just hold on to, then obviously you can be counting in your head, or you can use sort of breathing counts, or even distances from tree to tree, that sort of thing. But it will be easier if you, it'd be more simple to manage your session if you've got a stopwatch of some kind, or at least someone who can time you whilst you're doing your run intervals, which is what you're going to do. So you're going to start off, you're going to go out the door, which is the main thing, and also probably one of the hardest things you're going to do as a complete beginner, and even when you've been running for a while now, one of the hardest things, especially if the weather's not so good, or it's cold, dark, or you've got other things going on, getting out the door is one of those hardest things. So the main thing is that you step out the door, you've got your kit on, you're ready to go. You're going to do a walk warm up for as long as you need to feel warmer, to feel like you're not sweating, you're not too much out of breath, but your skin probably starts to feel a little bit clammy. You know that you've been moving and you just feel that little bit warm. Your muscles feel warmed up, and also that you are psychologically ready to start running. So that could be anywhere between sort of 1 to 5 minutes, depending on also what you've been doing the rest of the day. If you've just woken up in the morning and you need to get it done first thing in the morning, then you're probably going to need sort of 3 to 5 minute warm up walking, just to ease you in gradually, because you've obviously just been lying down all night sleeping. We don't want to shock the body too much straight away. So if you're doing it later on in the day, which probably most people will do as a first timer, then you might not need as much of a warm-up, but just somewhere up to 5 minutes of walking would be a good start. So you're going to time that 5-minute walk. Yeah, you're going to start off with that walk, and just nice to get you warm up, get you feeling ready to run. And then after you've done that warm up and you're feeling good, you're just going to try and run for 20 to 30 seconds. And when I say run, that is going to vary, that pace, that speed is going to vary from person to person. I don't want you to go flat out. It's not a sprint. If you've been running and you can already run 5k, 10k or beyond, whatever, then sprint intervals are for you. They're going to help you to get quicker and more efficient with your running. If you're a complete beginner, sprinting is the last thing I want you to do, because it's going to feel too hard, it's going to put you off. You don't need to do it. Unless you want to be a sprinter, then there is no need to go off flat out when we're first starting these intervals. So when I say run, that's just a comfortable pace where it's quicker than walking. Think as if you're running to catch someone or something. If you saw a bus going off and you needed to get that for work in the morning, that sort of like kind of pace to try and hurry along would be a good start. So nothing too fast. I want you to feel comfortable as well when you're doing it. So you maybe wouldn't be able to talk as you're doing it, but you should feel like you are kind of comfortable and that you could keep going. It's like I said, it's not meant to break you. It's not meant to make you feel like I can't keep going anymore. You're going to feel tired by the end of the session, but I don't want you to feel too tired after that first interval. So just a run, jog, run, whatever you want to call it, for 30 seconds, 20 to 30 seconds. If you can't quite get to 30, that's absolutely fine, but try and keep going for 20 seconds. And if you can't do that 20, then you've probably gone too fast to start off with. 20 to 30 seconds would be a good goal, aiming for that 30 if possible. So you're going to run for 30 seconds, and then you're going to walk for 30 seconds to maybe a minute maximum walk recovery in between. If it takes a minute to get your breath back, to get you feeling ready to go again, that's absolutely fine. The main thing is you're doing those running intervals. If it only takes 30 seconds, you think, yeah, I'm ready to go again, then just take that 30 seconds. And then you're going to repeat the 30-second running interval like you did at the start. Same sort of pace, don't need to go any quicker. You're just going to keep putting one foot in front of the other for 30 seconds, and then you're going to recover again for about 30 seconds again. So this is why it's important to have the stopwatch, because I don't want that recovery time to start getting longer and longer. We want to try and keep it nice and structured so you know how long you're running and how long you're recovering for as well. So you're going to aim to do sort of 10 intervals as a minimum. So you'll have done that 5-minute walk warm up, 30 seconds run, 30 seconds walk or minute walk maximum, and you're going to do that times 10 as a minimum. Now if you're feeling good and you think, oh, I'm really loving this session, and you want to stretch it out that little bit longer, then you could look to do even 20 of those. That would give you sort of 25 minutes, and then you'll do a cool down. So 30-minute session in total that would be. That would be the maximum I would say do for your first session. Now 10 would be a fantastic start. Anything less, great. You've done that first session, that's still fantastic. But try and stick to the 10, so that's a good starting point for you. So then when you've done that, like I said, you're going to do a walk, cool down, maybe some stretches after that as well, and aim to just finish the session feeling positive. So again, you don't want to at any point max out and sprint, or you may feel tired. As I said, I want you to feel like you've challenged yourself and you feel like you've worked hard, but I don't want you to hate it, basically. I want you to have enjoyed it. I want you to feel positive, so that then next time when you are going to do the same session again, you actually want to do it rather than dreading it, putting it off and not actually getting around to doing it again, because you're not going to get better at running by not running. So you need to enjoy it for even if you just, because it's doing you good, but getting those endorphins going as well, the feel good happy hormones, getting those through your body as well would be great. But feeling positive, feeling like you've achieved something. Don't think of it, oh, it's only 30 seconds that you're running for. because actually this is just the start. You're going to easily build up to being able to run 5k or even just a mile non-stop. This is the starting point. You have to start somewhere. It would be unlikely for you to go out and just be able to run a mile or just be able to run 5k in your first session. That's unrealistic, and it's not necessary either. We've got plenty of time. Build up gradually so that you can keep sustaining the running training, not get injured as well, and feeling good and enjoying it. We don't want to jump too far too soon. Okay, so that's your homework then, to go and do that first session. If you're looking to run, that's your homework. If you're looking to start running, build up to 5k eventually, this is your session. First lot of homework is to go and do one run session between now and next week. If you get that done early on, within the next sort of day or two, then I want you to try and do another one. The maximum I'd expect you to do is 3 of these running sessions in a week. And I'm talking the same running session 3 times in 1 week. It might take you 10 days to do that 3 times, but that would be the maximum would be 3 times between now and the next time you hear from me. 2 would be fantastic, and 1 would be a great start as well. So don't worry about having to do every day or like 5 days. 2 to 3 would be a really good start for building up your running fitness. So go and give that a go. If you've got any questions or you want me to recap on what it is exactly you're going to do, feel free to get in touch with me, email me, send me a message somehow online, and I will explain it, and I'll also keep you accountable to doing those sessions as well. Yeah, feel free to get in touch. We'd love to hear from you and give you some support, and I'll be back next week with some more top tips.